In this episode, I talk about how stock traders should do things on Instagram. Welcome to episode 216 of the Honest Entrepreneur Show, where I help creatives like you to master your marketing. My name's Tom Ross, and let's get into the show. I think last episode I mentioned about the podcast reviews coming in. Again, thank you so much for those, guys. I just want to read one out here. It's called Learning So Much, and it's by, and I hope I pronounced this right, Najrogji. Sorry if that's wrong, who says, love how it's downsized into 3 to 5 minute bite-sized nuggets that are heavily actionable. Thank you so much for the feedback. And honestly, I can't think of another podcast that is this bite-sized. This is why I do this. I know we're all kind of short on time, so I love the idea that someone can plug in, get a little nugget of advice for their day while they have their morning coffee, and then go on their way. Not every podcast has to be 2 hours long. So yeah, I'm glad to see a lot of people are enjoying the bite-sized format, and I appreciate the feedback.
This question is from Mendar. I want to make content around trading and stock markets. I'm still learning about trading, and in the meantime, I'm finding making content around it pretty difficult. Any advice on how I can get more and better content ideas?
Hey Mandar, I love this question, and I love that it's not actually that design related. Obviously you're talking about teaching within the stock market area, but this is very interesting because I'm sure it's not just me. I see these douchebags all the time, and I'm not talking about Mandar, I'm talking about the average person teaching trading on Instagram, right? It's all of this regurgitated advice. It's all of this stuff with no substance. I think a lot of it's quite dangerous. People giving out very bad investment advice, and it's kind of falls into like that Forex trader, scammy, sleazy side of Instagram. And so my advice is always, if you want to stand out and you want to be better, then be different, right? If you see everyone else in this industry be quite skeezy, not very trustworthy, then you become the person that is highly trustworthy. And don't like hold back your best secrets for some private thing you're trying to upsell people. Put it all out there. Be super honest, be super transparent. Document the fact that you are learning this stuff yourself. So don't position yourself to be an expert if you're not. Literally share your breakthroughs, your learning, share it all super openly, and brand yourself in your content and how you position everything you're doing. Brand yourself as the trustworthy, believable person. So, call people out on their shit in the industry that's damaging. Do it and flip it in a different way. Make it something that people can actually believe in. Make it something that isn't hiding behind this faceless kind of spammy account. Put your face out there. Keep it personal. That is what I would do. This is what I do whenever I work on branding or indeed business. I look at what the market is doing and I try and flip it and disrupt it and do it very differently. And I think that is so possible. In fact, this is definitely an industry that is in dire need of that disruption. And to give you another example, there is energy companies, right? I don't know if it's like this in the States and all over the world, but in the UK, they suck, right? If you go on any of their Impartial reviews online, they're terrible because they hike prices, they have hidden costs, they mistreat people, they have the worst customer service imaginable. So I've recently moved to Bulb, which has incredible reviews. They treat people super well. Everything about their brand feels different. And so you've got a sea of idiot companies over here that people are fed up with, but they had no other option. And so when a company comes along, like Bulb, that does things right, it's not only disruptive, but everyone jumps ship because they've got no ties to the brands that they've been locked into using for years because of a lack of options. So they all jump ship and they come over to the good option. So I would want that for you. If you're legit and you really want to help people, then do that. Be that different mover in your space, and everyone will start jumping ship and coming over to you as a trustworthy, real source of information. Question of the day. Have you seen these kind of trader types on Instagram, and do you hate them as much as I do? Leave some fuel in the comments for Mandar to take on board and not become one of these characters. Hey YouTube person, this is definitely not staged at all. But if you enjoyed this video, I would love it if you subscribe to my channel for more goodness like this. And if you did like this video, I hope that you enjoyed these ones too.